So let's have Sonya attack. And now Sonya needs to be able to kill Liana. So what I'm going to try here is have Sonya activate her strike skill and attack. 132 hit points. Weakening those wizards, and then Sonya assault should be able to finish off Hein. 82 hit points. Oh no! Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I am going to get the final feat of the first challenge of the Twisted Fate Chariot of Fate battles, which is called Vengeance If, which is Sonya's battle. Now, as you saw from those 3 clips that I showed, I kept failing this fight over and over again, in large part because clearly my Sonya didn't have enough stats to kill off the enemies. So, I ended up having to upgrade Sonya a lot more than I expected in order to clear this fight. And I think in large part, this is heavily affected by the fact that my training ground, especially my vampire bats, isn't properly upgraded. My vampire bats are only they were only level 5, right? And in terms of the elite training, there was only level 14 on the core attack. Plus, I had to raise the vampire bats up to level 6, and in terms of bonds, to cover the fact that her vampire bats were only level 6 or 5, I had to upgrade her bonds significantly, right? So she now has max level first bond, max level second bond, level 9 on the third bond because I was not willing to spend 260k for the last upgrade, a toughness bond of level 1, and then a strength bond of level 6. So a lot more upgrades than I expected that I had to do, but this should be enough upgrades for me to successfully clear the fight. In terms of her gear, I'll quickly go over that. What you really need to know is, I guess, her attack value total, right? And what I had to change was change her to Full Moon Enchant so that she has the 10% attack here, or sorry, 5% attack from the 2-piece bonus, and another 10% attack from the 4-piece bonus. So that's a 15% attack increase from the Full Moon Enchant. In terms of the enchant values, there's a 10% attack here, 3% here, 1% here, and then 11% with 18 attack. So in total, this would be 10 plus 14 plus 11. That's 25% attack increase with another 18 attack. And this should give me just enough to clear the fight. So you're looking at 25%, 15% for 40% attack increase, 18 attack, and then from the bonds, she gets another 10% with 7%, 17% here. So 40% attack increase, 18 attack, and 17 attack more. So that's 57% with 18 attack increase in total. And this seems like it's probably the bare minimum you need to successfully clear the battle. So, with all that mentioned, let's begin the fight. Alright, so here we go, and let's begin. So what I need to do for this fight is basically force the enemies to chase after certain characters, and you do that by positioning your characters accordingly so that they chase after them. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to initially just move my characters forward like so to draw the enemy's attention. And I'm going to have this Silver Vampire Bat move down 1 and forward to draw Hein away. So the two Lancers decide to guard Elwyn, and then Liana moves up to use Act again on Elwyn as well. And then on the start of turn 2, two Cuttlefish join you. So what I'm going to do this turn is I basically need to be ready to pull this Glorious Lancer away from Liana so that I can kill Liana next turn. Which means the first step is pretty obvious. I'm going to have just Sonya kill off this Glorious Infantry, like so. And then back off. And then over here, I'm going to just move the Cuttlefish down and forward. And then here, I'm going to just keep the Cuttlefish out of range as well. And finally, shifting this Vampire Bat back, shift the Orc back, like so. And then have this Vampire Bat just move back as well. So these two who are chasing that Vampire Bat, go after it, right? Turn 3, two more enemies spawn. And these two enemies is a Vampire and a Cyclops. So, quick mention. So these two were chasing after this Vampire Bat, so they shifted up, right? Elwyn is chasing after this Orc, so it's shifted down 1, and then these two were chasing this Vampire Bat, so they just moved forward. So what I need to do now is I'm going to chain hook this Lancer out of the way. And then I'm actually going to try to draw these characters to focus on this Vampire Bat instead of focusing on the Cuttlefish. Don't know if it's going to work, but it's worth a try. So I'm going to place this Vampire here. Going to have this Vampire Bat attack Liana to weaken her. And then I'm going to have Sonya activate Strike and finish off Liana. And then Sonya can just back off a little to apply the Reaper's Breath onto Elwyn to do damage to him. So that will make him take 20% hit point damage. And then I'm going to have the Orc use its Bang and Brawl skill to stun Elwyn. And this Orc is going to endlessly use that skill to keep Elwyn permanently stunned. As for this Cuttlefish, it's going to be ready to pull away the other Glorious Lancer. There we are. So, by moving this Vampire here, it did draw their attention, and they're chasing after it now. So that's what I needed. For now though, I'm going to first have to pull away this Glorious Lancer so I can kill Hein. So, Tidal Surge. And Chain Hook. Other than that, Bang and Brawl on Elwyn. Let's have this Vampire Bat run south to attack Elwyn since the target has been locked. I'm going to have to kill Hein as well. So let's have this Vampire Bat attack Hein to weaken him. And then Sonya is going to assault Hein and take him down. So no more leaving him at 57 hit points or whatever. Alright. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to have this Vampire Bat attack Elwyn. And then finally over here, well, it's just Tidal Surge and fight the Glorious Lancer. Vampire Bat gets attacked by the infantry, and then this Lancer decides to guard the infantry. Annoying, but manageable. So, my key goal right now is to stay out of this vampire's AoE blast range. More than anything else, really. So, let's start with another Bang and Brawl on Elwyn. And any attacks I launch right now is actually going to hit these darned Lancers. So for now, I'm going to attack Elwyn, do some hit point restoration. And I might as well have Sonya strike against the Glorious Lancer to weaken it. And then finally, have the Vampire Bat hit Elwyn some more to do some hit point restoration. So the Lancers are guarding Elwyn. So, fortunately, this one has access to Chain Hook. So we're just going to pull that away. And now, Bang and Brawl. Melee attack to heal up my characters. There we go. And I'm going to have Sonya attack the enemy Cyclops to crush it. And then debuff Elwyn. So things are roughly going as planned. very roughly, but it's going as planned. And now, turn 7, 3 enemies left. So, going to start weakening the vampire. Just and I'm going to chain hook away the Lancer. So tidal surge, chain hook. Let's keep attacking the vampire here. And I'm going to have the orc once more. Bang and brawl, Elwyn. Sonya is going to melee attack the glorious infantry. And move back, and Death's Breath these two. And then the Cuttlefish is going to melee attack the glorious Lancer a bit. Vampire puts one of my bats to sleep. Elwyn dies to Reaper's Breath. And now, what I need to do is first have Sonya kill off the vampire, which means moving back like so, activating strike, and then using assault on the vampire. And I'm going to place myself next to the Valaks to Death's Breath him. And then if I just start melee attacking the glorious Lancer, do I get enough damage to kill it? We'll see. So it attacks my Sonya and kills itself. Incredibly rough, but it worked. This battle really drove me crazy. But I got the final feats barely, and so done is done. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found this video useful. And on that note, Nitro out.